Are you considering a move to the Sunshine State? Well, if so, this video is for you, because today I'm breaking down the pros and cons of living in Florida, and I'm doing it right now. Hello everybody, my name is Dan Crlenjak. I'm a realtor right here in Coral Springs, Florida, in sunny South Florida. Thank you for visiting my channel. If this is your first time visiting, please consider liking and subscribing. I put out brand new real estate related content every Tuesday that I know you're gonna love. So our state of Florida is known for many things, including our citrus agriculture industry, our amusement parks, our warm, sunny breezes, and the beautiful beaches that we have here in the state of Florida. So there's a lot to love, but no matter how great anything is, there's always gonna be a downside. So let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons of living here in the Sunshine State. Okay, let's get off on the right foot. Let's talk about the pros of living in the state of Florida. And item number one is the fact that in the state of Florida, you pay no state or city income taxes here in the state. The only income taxes you have to pay here in the state of Florida are federal income taxes. To get an idea for how great this tax situation is, let's take a look at what a single person pays in the state of New York living in New York City. So a single person living in New York City, of course, has to pay their federal taxes, just like all of us. Federal taxes range anywhere between 10 and 37% in 2020. On top of that, a person living in New York City would also have to pay a state income tax. That state income tax can range anywhere from 4% to 8.82%. This single person living in New York City is also required to pay New York City income tax rates. Those tax rates range anywhere between 3.078% and 3.867%. That's 3 income taxes they have to pay in New York City: federal, state, and city income taxes. So let's say that this hypothetical person living in New York City makes $100,000 a year. Once everything has been calculated, they would need to pay more than $7,000 more income tax than an individual living in Miami or Tampa or really any Florida city. And the financial news says that these tax rates in New York are only going to climb. So you can see the tax benefit that you will get by living in the state of Florida. We only pay federal income tax here in the state of Florida. Okay, item number 2 on our pros list is our world-class beaches here in the state of Florida. Florida has some of the most beautiful beaches anywhere in the world, and with more than 1,200 miles of coastline, there's plenty of options and places to choose from here in Florida. Okay, some of our best beaches here in the state of Florida include Siesta Key. Siesta Key is on the west side of the state. It was recently ranked #1 by TripAdvisor in their Traveler's Choice Awards. So people who actually visited Siesta Key ranked it #1 in the United States. It's got beautiful quartz crystal white sandy beaches. They're absolutely stunning. It's got a large parking area, so people that aren't staying on the beach have an option to park there and enjoy the beautiful surroundings. It's also got a lovely downtown shopping area called Siesta Key Village. There's some wonderful restaurants there. They've got great music playing at nighttime in some of the bars and restaurants. And they've got a trolley that takes you all across Siesta Key free of charge. We also have St. Augustine Beach, which is in the northeastern corner of the state. St. Augustine Beach has long sandy beaches, and you can actually drive on the beaches. So you can drive your car on the beach, park, and enjoy the water and the sand right out of your car. It's wonderful. St. Augustine is also our nation's oldest city, so you'll be able to enjoy a lot of tourist-related things in St. Augustine, like the Castillo de San Marcos. This is an old Spanish fort. It's a national monument. You can go in, see how life used to be in that day. And for shopping and entertainment, all you have to do is cross the street from Castillo de San Marcos It's got a wonderful shopping district on St. George Street. So you can walk the cobblestone streets. They've got fantastic restaurants, fantastic shops with local craftsmen. It's a wonderful spot in St. Augustine. Okay, and lastly, we have Key West, Florida. It's a little tiny island at the bottom of the state. It's the southernmost point in the United States, but Floridians and guests love it. There's all types of exciting festivals that happen year-round in Key West. They've got some great restaurants, really laid-back bars. It's just a wonderful place that people love to go to. On the beaches in Key West, you'll also find great snorkeling opportunities right off the beach. Just get your mask, your snorkel, your fins, and you can go right off the beach, see all kinds of beautiful tropical fish. It's a real highlight in Key West. You'll also find historical parks in close proximity to Key West. And on Duval Street, I think this probably is the premier shopping and entertainment district in the state of Florida. It is wonderful. It's small, it's quaint, but man, it is a fun place to go. You'll find great entertainment, great food, the craziest people in Florida. We Floridians love it. And as a Floridian, you will have close access to all these wonderful places in the state of Florida. Okay, the number 3 pro of living here in the state of Florida is the benefits of residency. Most, if not all, of our awesome amusement parks here in the state of Florida offer discounts for Florida residency. You can get these discounts at Disney World, you can get them at Universal, SeaWorld, mostly all of the parks in Orlando, and other parks statewide. So as a Florida resident, you're gonna get a lot of discount from these parks. It can save you thousands every year, depending how many times that you go. Many of our hotels and resorts will also offer that Florida residency discount. It's an awesome benefit of living here in the state of Florida. Okay, number 4 pro of living in the state of Florida is the low cost of living. Here in the state of Florida, we are just at about the national average for cost of living. And if we use cost of living indices based on a US national average of 100, here's how Florida fares. For overall cost of living, Florida comes in at 102.8, slightly over the national average. And for grocery items, we also come in at 102.8. For healthcare costs, we're at a 98. For housing, we're at a 102.6. For the median home cost, we're at $237,100, where the US average is at $231,200. Just slightly over. For utilities, we're at 101.3. For transportation, we're at 112.6. And for miscellaneous, we're at 96.9. And to clarify the transportation and miscellaneous figures, for transportation, these figures include cost of gas, car insurance, maintenance, and mass transit costs. And for the miscellaneous items, we're talking about clothing, restaurants, repairs, and entertainment. Okay, let's move on to the cons of living in the state of Florida. The number 1 con living in the state of Florida is our slightly higher crime rate than the national average. So while violent crime and property crime is slightly higher in Florida, for the most part, the areas where these types of crimes are committed are mainly outlier areas in the state of Florida, and also areas where tourism is very high. By and large, nearly all residential areas here in the state of Florida are very safe and very secure. Okay, number 2 on our cons list of living in the state of Florida is hurricane season. So we Florida residents are always on the lookout during hurricane season. It runs between June and November because hurricanes are serious business and you must be prepared during hurricane season. I can tell you I've lived in the state of Florida for more than 40 years, and 20 of those years were spent here in South Florida, the most dangerous part of Florida for hurricanes. and I've never had a home seriously damaged by a hurricane. There was one time a hurricane called Wilma came through. I did lose a portion of my fence outside and some cedar shake off of my roof, but that was the extent of the damage. So here in the state of Florida, hurricanes are definitely a con, but the chances of a hurricane seriously damaging your home are very, very low. Okay, con number 3 for living in the state of Florida is the one you're gonna hear me talking about the most. It is the heat and humidity that we experience here in the Sunshine State. So Florida is located in the tropics. We have a tropical climate here. You can expect the summer and spring to be very hot and humid. It's one of the things I dislike most about living in this state. However, all the other times of the year, it's absolutely paradise here. I don't think you'll find a better climate anywhere in the country during these times. I'm talking middle October, all the way through the mid of April, maybe even into June. It's absolutely paradise here in the state of Florida. So during those summer months, thank God we have the best technology ever created by man, that is called air conditioning. The inside temperatures in the state of Florida are absolutely lovely. And many Floridians during the spring and the summer, we do a lot of water sports. We're going to the beach, we're on the boat. We're doing things like that where we've got some great breezes that are coming in from the ocean, keeps everything very comfortable. Then we retreat to our air-conditioned homes in the night. Okay, my last point on the cons list for living in the state of Florida is the little bit of overcrowding that we get here in the state. With more than 100 million guests and tourists that visit our state every year, we are prone to some overcrowding at certain times, especially if you live in high tourism areas like Orlando, Tampa, and Miami. So just like everywhere else, Florida does have its advantages and disadvantages. But as I said earlier, I've lived in the state for more than 40 years. The advantages highly outweigh the disadvantages in my opinion. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving me a like. It helps me out so much. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in the next video. See you next time.